In this video, we are going to talk about how you can get ranked in the #1 result of Google search engine. So if you want to rank higher in the Google search engine results, then this video is for you. Now there are a lot of things that go in the backend in order to get it ranked in the top results of search engine, especially in Google. There are a lot of things that you need to do on page and off page to make the things work for you. So we have break down this process into 7 steps, and you can go ahead and follow all these steps to make sure that everything is done right, and that will actually increase your probability of getting ranked in the top results of Google very much. So let's start with the point number 1, and that is selecting the right keyword. Now when we calculate ranking of any web page, it is actually based on a search term or a keyword that someone is searching in Google or any other search engine. So in order to get ranked higher, you need to first choose the right keyword. Now of course, if you are just starting a website, then you should never ever focus on broad keywords. Like you would never want to target keyword like digital marketing. But in order to increase your chances to rank higher in search engine results, you should focus on long tail keywords. We have already created a video about long tail keywords. You can go ahead and watch it to learn more about it. We will link that in the I button above. So make sure you go through that to find more long tail keywords in your category and then start creating content around it. Then comes the step number 2, that is checking your competition. Now even if you have selected a long tail keywords, it's very important that you go ahead and check the competition on that particular category, on that particular keyword, or maybe in the category or the range of that keyword. And for that there are various tools. You can start by just simple searching in Google. You can always use free tools like Ubersuggest and many other SEO tools that provide free trial. And once you are satisfied with the competition level, then you can go ahead and plan the content around it. Which brings us to the step number 3, that is creating content. Now this one is the second most important part after selecting your keyword. In order to create a better SEO friendly content, you need to focus on search intent. What I mean is that a search query which is something like cupcake could be a very broad category. So with that query, Google or any search engine won't be able to recognize what is the search intent of this query. Is it searching about a cupcake recipe or a cupcake bakery? So make sure while you are writing the content, you are satisfying the exact search intent. You should not leave the search engine confused that if the content is about a bakery or a recipe. And that is actually applied in all categories. Make sure you focus on search intent rather than the exact keyword match. Then comes the point number 4, that is writing a long form content. Now this one is not mandatory every time, but try to add as much as information in one piece of content as you can. Now this one definitely do not mean that you should add any XYZ and irrelevant information just to make the content long. Google or any other search engine is now smart enough to understand that you have deliberately extended the length of the content. If the user query was getting solved in the first 2 paragraphs, then rest of your content will get wasted. So try to keep the content as long as possible whenever you can. And then comes the point number 5, adding right schema. Now this one can change the game for you. So no matter if your website is just a new one or you have established website, if you add schema to your content, then this is going to help a lot for the search engines. Now as mentioned before, there could be a query like cupcakes. Now Google doesn't know that if the user is trying to search for cupcake recipe or the cupcake bakery. And that is the point where you can help search engine to identify what kind of content you have written or what is the context of your content. For example, if you have a recipe blog and you are writing a recipe about cupcakes, then I'm sure you are not going to write anything about the cupcake bakery. And in order to identify your content as a recipe, you can add the recipe schema in it. And this will give a huge signal to search engines, and it will make their job very easy to understand what your content is all about and then they can easily rank your content on the keywords which are focusing on recipes for cupcake and not on the queries which are searching for a cupcake bakery. So if you add schema on your content, this is going to be really helpful for your long-term SEO plan. And then comes the point number 6, that is adding internal linking. Now this one is actually more important than getting external backlinks. Internal backlinks give a very strong signal to Google or other search engines that the visitor on the website is clicking on one page to another. It means that the content is relevant and the whole website is providing a good experience to the user. So when you create a good interlinking between your content, it gives a very strong signal to search engines, and this helps in getting a better rank. And then comes the last point, be patient. Now SEO is all about being patient and let the search engines do their job. Once you have created your content and submitted to the search engine, then just forget it and let the search engines do the magic for you. Content marketing with organic SEO is not an overnight success. It's always a long-term game plan. Now by following all these points, I'm sure you will get a good ranking in Google search engine results. If you like this video, then make sure you hit the like button, and to watch more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. And if you need any expert help for your next WordPress project, then you can contact our WordPress experts using the link given in the video description below.